All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming to today's town hall. My name is Ann Cassabaum. I'm the executive director for the Lake Almanor Area Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of the Chamber's board of directors, I'd like to welcome you. This is a series that is done throughout the year. The fourth Monday of the month at 5:15 here at the theater. We also have people that are watching on YouTube. With the exception of June, July, August, we take a little break for the high season in December because of the holidays. So the presentation tonight, we're actually going to hear from 7 presenters. These are nonprofit community service organizations to give you an update on, what they're about, volunteer opportunities, any events or initiatives that they have going. And we are not going to have a panel because we want to make sure that the focus is on the presenters tonight. So we're going to hold all questions until the end. And then we'll do questions. And on behalf of our community partners of Antlers Inn, Ayoub's Intermountain Hardware, Coldwell Banker Kerr O'Brien, Collins Pine, Lake Almanor Ace Hardware, Almanor Fitness Center, Ola Construction, Seneca Healthcare District, and the Elegant Farmer, this series is brought to you. So with that, when we go to the next slide. This is who we're going to be hearing from. Presenters are going to have around 6 minutes to present. So it's going to be dinner and a show tonight, folks. And I'm going to call up Wes Scott, who's going to present first from the Chester Cemetery. Or doesn't matter.
Testing. Good evening. So there it is. Chester Cemetery was founded in 1959. Collins Pines Company donated the land to the community so that the town could have a cemetery. And so that's the property that it sits on today. And everything was fine for about 60 years until July of 2021. When the Dixie Fire came in and took the building, almost all of our equipment, and half of the trees. The picture you see up on the screen is what was left of the office building at the cemetery. At that time, there was no management for the cemetery, so I stepped up and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. We had to work with FEMA, Cal OES, General Services, contractors, insurance adjusters. It was just amazing. Can I have the next slide? The first thing we did after we scraped up that building and drug it away was we had a licensed forester come in and assess the trees. And there were 40 trees that he told us were damaged to the point where they were not going to survive. So we hired a company and they came in and removed the trees. And you can see how carefully they were lifting the trees out one at a time. The stumps were ground. So today it's barely discernible that there were trees there. There's just a mild hump where some of them are, but and no damage was done to the cemetery itself, other than the fact we lost half of our trees. Next photo, please. And that is our new building. This is 3 years later. We just got granted occupancy in November. And so officially, we've gotten our office building back. It's also got some storage behind it. Since we went with a metal building, we were able to have a larger footprint because previously there was a couple of storage containers where a lot of the equipment was stored, and there were a couple of buildings. Now we just have the one building, and it houses our office and storage for equipment. Between FEMA, insurance companies, and private donations, we've raised $400,000 since the fire to be able to put everything back together. But it's been a lot of fun. Next slide, please. I know previously the cemetery used to pay some people to clean the Prattville Cemetery, but Kenny Wilson came to me and said, let's do this with volunteers. And so the last cleanup we had, this is what the crew looked like. We're going to be doing that again on May 24th. So if anyone here would like to come and bring your gloves and a rake, we rake the entire cemetery and haul it off and burn it. But there's lots of volunteer opportunities in and around the cemetery. We're going to have, let me have the last slide, please. The 31st of May is a Saturday, and we're going to have an open house at the Chester Cemetery. We'd like to invite everybody to come out there. We're going to have barbecue and music and open up the building and let everybody come and see what we've made of the place since the Dixie Fire. And so love to invite you all to come there. And I mentioned we've raised $20,000 in private donations. And if you have a desire to contribute, we're putting in more landscaping. What's up there is a small grove of aspen trees that we planted late in the summer this year. We've planted dozens of trees, and Collins Pines, that they're always supportive of the community, as you know. They planted sequoias all the way around the perimeter of the cemetery, 3 rows, 15 feet apart. So there's hundreds of them. So while not in our lifetime, but in the future, that screen of trees that used to be around the cemetery will be replaced by giant sequoias, and they're very fast growing. So that will be a really nice addition to our cemetery. And I guess I'm not supposed to take questions, so I'll hand it off. I try.
Thank you. Thank you, Wes. All right. Get this microphone to you, Kate.
Can you hear me? Oh, yes, I can hear me. I have 6 minutes. Starting 6 minutes. I'm going to concede the last 2 minutes to Carol Franchetti, who is going to talk about the community supper. I am the Kate Kent, and I'm the incoming president of the Almanor Basin Food Bank. And we were incorporated in 2015. And we are a non-sectarian 401c3 nonprofit. We're located in we rent the Sunday school wing of the Methodist Church, which is the blue doors that face Main Street. And we are open on the first and third Saturdays in the month, unless Saturday is on the first of the month. Then we defer to the next week. And we're open from 10 in the morning till noon. And if there's still a line, we keep serving until the line's gone. We don't turn anybody away. We normally serve approximately 60 to 90 families. In the wintertime, it goes up to 90, and around holidays, it might be a little higher than that. People get laid off in the wintertime, and therefore, the food bank really helps people get through the winter. Our sources of income are our sources of food. We have a brochure in the back that explains all of this. This is my elevator speech. I only got 4 minutes. So our food comes from 4 sources. Twice a month, we get a semi-trailer truckload of food from the Food Bank of Northern Nevada, which is out in Fallon or somewhere. Sparks, it's out there somewhere. And we have volunteers that will hook up. We have a trailer, and they'll take the trailer down, pick up our food, and they bring back literally a ton of food. And we have volunteers here that are waiting for them to show up, and we put the food in and start repackaging it, because sometimes they send it to us in like 25-pound bags of potatoes or something. So we have to break it up so everybody gets some. I think Starbucks donated a bunch of coffee beans, but we have to grind them. So there's like lots of fun stuff to do besides hauling everything out to people's cars. Second source is USDA Commodities, which comes once a month. And they bring it up to us, and then we'll unload it for us, and then we go through and do the same thing. We break it up into smaller family-sized portions. The third source is us. Sometimes if between the food bank and USDA we're still falling short of protein or something, then we will go out and buy it. And during the holidays, sometimes we'll buy the turkeys and the hams. The fourth resource just started out this year. Bless them, the Lake Almanor Fishermen's Association did a ham drive, and they donated 100 hams to the pantry for people at Christmas time. So people were able to take home a good size ham. I'll be eating mine until March. But so those are our 4 sources, and I would like to invite you, if you are in a service organization or would like to do something like that, let us know ahead of time, because we don't want 2 people doing turkey drives at Thanksgiving and then we got like 1,000 turkeys. We have in the food pantry, we have commercial refrigerators and commercial freezers, which we got through grants. We also have shelf space. That's the shelf space. Thank you. I forgot we had slides. The bags are what they look like when we get ready to take them out to people's cars. And the boxes on the shelves, since everything comes in like dozens of stuff, a gross of stuff, we keep them in the bags, but we put dates on them so we know when they came into our warehouse, whatever that is. Our biggest asset, though, is our volunteers. We have people that break up the food, that take it out to the cars. That we have drivers. Our biggest need now is drivers that will go down to I think it's Safeway parking lot. Mormon Church in Quincy, and that's where the truck comes, and they everybody helps everyone pack up. It goes for all of the food pantries in Plumas County, and so if you have a pickup truck, we have a trailer ball. So it's just a trailer and a trailer ball, and we need a driver with a pickup truck or something heavy that you can pull a loaded trailer with. If you don't have, if you have skills, we have a presence on Facebook. We could use photographers. We could use content providers. If you have a skill, we may not have thought about it yet. And so just give us a call and we might be able to find a place for you. We're always looking for volunteers. And I'm already 37 seconds overdue. So we also share our facility with Helping Hands, and they meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon until 3 o'clock. And they kind of fill in the gaps between the food pantry. So I'm going to concede my extra 20 seconds left to Carol Franchetti, who's going to tell you about the community supper, which is also something that we sponsor.
I'm Carol Franchetti, and for the last, I think it's about 10 years, I've coordinated the activities at the Memorial Hall for the community supper. We run from the week before Thanksgiving to the last part of April, when I have to go back to another job that I have. So we have sponsors, which is just absolutely wonderful. And they sign up for a particular week. They bring volunteers. We have a cadre of regular volunteers that work every single supper. And they are wonderful. Charlene Stoller does all the desserts. Ross Castlebaum does most of the cooking. Laverne Straight runs the front of the house and does the bookkeeping. And I just kind of wander around and see what everybody else is doing. But with with the community sponsors that we have, they bring their volunteers also. And we're very, very blessed. We end up doing 9 dinners a winter. And we have Rotary, we have the churches, Almanor Community Church. We have Plumas Bank this year. We'll be doing the next one, which is the day before Thanksgiving. So it is a Thanksgiving one. And it's a chicken cordon bleu, which is going to be really fun. And so we are very, very blessed to have that much help. And we invite you to come and have dinner with us. It's free. There is no cost. And we'd love to see you there, and come and visit with your friends and have a nice dinner. Thank you.
I volunteer as well for the pantry, and it is a lot of fun for the community suppers and for distribution of the food. All right, we're going to hear from Lake Almanor Cancer Fund. Is this one working?
Hello? Okay, great. Hi there. My name is Jessica Dowling, and I'm the treasurer of the Lake Almanor Cancer Fund. And we are a 501c3 nonprofit that was started in 2023 by Kristen Montgomery to support Scott Oswald and his family. And our main focus is to support cancer patients and their families in the greater Lake Almanor Basin area. This would include Chester, Lake Almanor, Westwood, and Greenville. And as you can see, if you wouldn't mind going back, I just wanted to point out our 4 board members, Chelsea Harrison, myself, Vicki Thomason, and Kate McDonald. So as we all know, living up here is an amazing experience, but it's also, we live in a rural community. And when you're battling cancer, living in a rural community can offer its own unique set of challenges. Going to medical appointments multiple times during the week. If you're driving to Reno or you're going to Chico, that's a lot of driving. And so what we want to offer is a multitude of things. One of the things we would like to offer is the ability to offset some of the transportation expenses, gas cards. If someone is really exhausted and they can't afford maybe to drive back because they just are too tired from the chemo appointment, we want to be able to even offset some lodging expenses. And in addition, if they don't have someone in their family that can drive them, we want to also offer the ability of drivers to drive them to their appointments. Also, when you're a cancer patient, you might have some unique nutritional challenges with your cancer diagnosis. So we want to be able to offer them maybe unique nutritional meals and also groceries. If the person is maybe the primary cook in their family, maybe they just don't have the energy to cook for their family anymore. So we want to be able to also offer meals for the entire family as well. Also, if there's any associated medical costs, like maybe wigs or additional medical equipment that they might need help with the cost of that. And then in addition, we also want to be able to promote cancer screenings. We want to be able to promote that through our social media pages and such. So one of the things that we've done, which has been really exciting, is we have these dine and donate events. And we had one last November at Olago, and we have one coming up in March 8th at the coffee station. And what we're doing is we're really trying to promote marketing. We're putting together flyers so that people will come to these events. The businesses will hopefully get more foot traffic. And then in addition, there's a benefit to us because they take a portion of the proceeds from that day and are able to give it to us as a donation. Another way that our nonprofit is a benefit is that we are able to have fundraisers. For example, Scott Oswald, and there was a big fundraiser. It was an auction dinner event. And also there was another one for Tim Langberger's grandson. And what we were able to do is the proceeds from those events, we were able to deposit into our nonprofit account and then disperse those funds to the families in need. So we would just really like to give people the opportunity, volunteers. We're a brand new organization. We just got started 2 years ago, but we would love it if someone has legal expertise, accounting experience, if you're interested in driving for us, making meals, or if you just, have a soft place in your heart for cancer. I myself am a cancer survivor, and so I know what it's like to go through this. I know what it takes to support families in need, and so I just want to give back in that way as well. And if you also know anyone in this community who is battling cancer, please send them our way so that we can help them in whatever way that they need. Thank you.
I believe we have Rotary.
All right, checking the clock. My name is Matt Jensen. I'm the current president of Chester Rotary, and just want to say a few things about Rotary, and then we're going to show you a few of our key events throughout the year so you can kind of see what we're doing currently. It's a service organization that accomplishes some incredible things all over the world. About 1.2 million members right here in Chester. No, that's not true. That's globally. But our local club, we mainly focus on projects and programs that engage students or youth in leadership, service, and excellence in both their studies and works. That's a lot of what we focus on, not exclusively, but that's a lot of it. First up, we have a couple contests. Our music and speech contest, kids compete here, and the winners go to Susanville. And if they win there, they go on to Reno or Fallon this year for a final competition. There's money awarded at each level. The speech contest is February 18th, 6 p.m. at St. Andrews, and February 25th at 5 p.m. out at LACC. And I just want to tell a quick personal story. My son got involved in the speech contest because he was forced to at school, like they had to do it, and he wasn't real thrilled about it. But it turned out he did really well. He won and went on to the Susanville contest, and to his surprise, and then he went to the Reno finals. And as we're there, we're all excited for our son. Like, he gave a speech and he won. No way, we're pretty thrilled about that. But he's sitting in the row of all the contestants up there, and they're talking to each other, and he gets up and does his thing. And part of his story mentioned living in Ecuador for a while, and the kid that gets up after him said, "I'm from Ecuador, and I was in an orphanage there, and I got adopted and moved here." And he names the orphanage, and our daughter had worked there while we were down there. And so he's like, "What?" And this kid won. And we're just like, yeah. And so it was pretty fun story. But one of the reasons I did join Rotary is because of support for youth and even my own kids. So next thing, community supper. Carol already mentioned this. We're going to sponsor one in March. Come out and hang out with us. We also have a new tradition to have a father-daughter dance or a daddy-daughter dance. And that, I believe, is April 5th. And that's always a good time. Another is Memorial Day weekend craft fair. You've seen this for, I don't know how many years Rotary's done this, but it's been a long time. But we get crafters out there and people to get out and have a good time. One that was a surprise to me is the PCT burgers and shakes. I didn't know we did this. And they said, "Hey, you want to help barbecue?" I said, What do we do? And so we go to the trailhead, bring some barbecues, and Terry's got this generator and a shake machine. And so these hikers are coming out, and you're like, "Hey, would you like a shake and a burger today?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I can have a shake right now. And so it's super fun, just way to, do some of that Trail Angel stuff. But that's a fun event as well. Duck Race has been around for a very long time. And my favorite thing about the Duck Race is it does fund vocational, academic, and continuing ed scholarships for local kids. And so my kids benefited from that. So really thankful for that program too. And this year I got to be on that committee and give the scholarships out. It's just a cool thing to be a part of. Another youth thing is youth leadership camps. There's RYLA, which is Rotary Youth Leadership Awakening, they call it now. And this is up at Portola at Grizzly Creek. We send high school kids there, a few of them, and we raise the funds to get them there. And the other one is Regal, which is the 8th grade leadership program in the fall. And so those are just some of the highlights of some of the things I like about Rotary here. The final one that we're excited about currently is the Chester Playground renovation. You may have noticed the playground is in disrepair. Has anyone noticed this? One of you? No one wants to say anything. So we have been research. We have one grant already, and we're working on a second. We've been doing this over the last couple of years. We're in talks with the county about the different pieces of the park. So we're only in charge of that footprint of the playground itself. The other things are being decided by other folks. So once we get the final on the master plan, we're going to move ahead with putting in new playground equipment. So there'll be fundraising going on, and we already have grants in process. But this is something that we know needs to be done. And as soon as we get the go-ahead from the county, we're going to hopefully be ready to build that thing. So there's other events, activities that we do. I want to invite you, if you, I know none of you really, y'all have a lot of free time, right? So come join us at Rotary. Our next meeting is Wednesday, February 5th, Wildwood in the conference room. And if you come, I'll buy your lunch. So please join us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to take off my chamber hat and I'm going to put on the Almanor Recreation and Park District hat that I wear. I'm on the board of directors. I'm the board president currently. Susan Espana is our treasurer. Susan's background is she's a former educator and avid cyclist. Wally Bird, Board of Director. He was with PG&E for 20 years, so a lot of contract management, understanding easements. And then Tara Ayers, also our Board of Director. Her background is in human resources. Myself, I retired after 37 years working in Parks and Recreation, and most recently for 20 years for a large regional park district down in the Bay Area. So next slide. So who we are. Next. So the mission of the Almanor Recreation Park District is to provide recreation opportunities to the greater Almanor Basin in a coordinated and responsible manner. The district is unfunded, so we are relying on general fees, on grants, and on donations, sponsorships to run our programs. Next. We had a grand opening of the park. There's equipment, there's a ping pong table, there's cornhole toss there, there's picnic tables there. This was done with a grant. So if you haven't had an opportunity, it's behind our building, and we're next to the Almanor Recreation Center building. Next. We have a community garden, so we have plantings there, and folks will, adopt a section. So that's kind of a nice beautification that is done in the park. Murals. These were done by the high school art teacher and students, and we made sure that we incorporated response from the Maidu Native American population to, and we have a signage out there that explains that. And then the ball fields, which we're responsible for and maintenance, and are mostly utilized now by Chester Little League. So our programs that we run, and we run the soccer program, that's done through ARPD, but Chester Little League does the baseball. And then if you haven't had an opportunity to log on to the ARPD website, this is the master plan that was done before COVID on a trail system to circle the lake for cycling. And we are working on a section now, hopefully, that we can, at the end of the causeway, heading east is that trail that then gets developed that goes up to where A13 is. So hopefully, and with a master plan, as you know, things take time, but you got to be tenacious and just keep, moving forward. So it's a good thing to look at. And then our meetings are the second Monday of the month at 6 p.m. So if you want to join us, we are looking for a board member. We have 4 board members now. We are looking for a 5th, and access to our website. So that's ARPD. Thank you.
I'm going to go a little speedy because I timeline it was 6 minutes and 20 seconds. So anyway, hello, I am Linda Rowland. I am honored to be the exalted ruler of your local Lake Almanor Elks Lodge 2626 of the greatest fraternal organization in the United States. The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks was established in February 16th, 1868, 157 years ago. And we're still growing and take pride in helping others. Our phone number is 258-ELKS if you'd like more information, and our email address is lodge2626@frontier.com. Elks Lodges bring so much more to their communities than just a building. They're places where neighbors come together, families share meals, and members find fulfillment in serving the community. Elks invest in their communities through programs that help their youth grow up healthy and drug-free, with programs such as the Hoop Shoot, scholarships, drug awareness, quarters and dictionary programs in the elementary schools. Our mission is to inculcate the principles of charity, justice, brotherly love, and fidelity, to recognize a belief in God, to promote the welfare and enhance the happiness of its members and community. Our goal is to quicken the spirit of American patriotism and to cultivate good fellowship. The California-Hawaii Elks Major Project fondly known as CHEMPI, provides funding for 32 therapists and preschool vision screeners to help disabled children when no other organization can or will. The CHEMPI professional therapists and preschool vision screeners travel, sometimes great distances, to help children get the special care they need. The Purple Pig is our vessel to promote fundraising, and all donations are tax deductible. If you see a purple pig, please take the time to put in the coins from in your pocket. You'll see the hat pop up, and it'll help fund a great cause. This past December, the Seneca Hospital Auxiliary received a $4,000 donation from Elks Lodge 2626. The contribution is earmarked for essential supplies to stock the ambulance, which was donated by Enloe Health earlier this year. The check is being presented by myself and our lodge secretary, Bud Wasson. We also made donations from Lake Almanor Lodge to both of the local food pantries to try and assist them when we can to do the food pickup in Quincy and deliver back to Chester. Each donation was $1,500 to each pantry. Our program is heartfelt, and we always look for ways to lighten the load and enhance our community. Some of the programs and events we do are scholarships, drug awareness. We honor our veterans and military, and we have a local Christmas Angels program in which we find through different means needy children in our community, and we make sure that they have a joyful Christmas and food for the holidays. We make sure that they each have a book, warm winter boots, a coat, and then something that might be on their Christmas wish list. Another item is WALA. I know you already probably moved the thing, but WALA is our program where we make donations to local community members in need. Some of them might be where they have health issues and they need money for travel expenses, or need wood for the winter season, and we do those things also. Lake Almanor Elks Lodge members like to have fun too. And here's a photo of our District Deputy Grand Exalted Ruler Kathy Wasson and myself enjoying a lodge Christmas party. We have cornhole tournaments, Valentine's Day dinners, which we have tickets on sale for right now. You could actually eat at the community supper on the 13th and at our lodge on the 14th and not cook for 2 nights in a row. St. Patrick's Day dinners and family nights monthly, just to socialize and enjoy each other's company. We strive to meet the needs of today's veterans and improve their quality of life. To show our never-ending support, many Elks members can be seen wearing red on Fridays. This photo is of our local high school scholarship award recipients this past June. 2 of these awardees are in line for additional scholarships at district and state levels. It is a joy to gather with these bright and energetic young adults and hear about their passion and plans for the future. Seen here are the scholarship committee members, Bill Mahaffey, Jack Forrester, Cy Bollinger, and Dick Horn. We gave $6,900 in local scholarships at our lodge this past June. And our Elks Crab Feed that was this past Saturday funds these scholarships. One great thing about the Elks is that when you donate to our programs, 100% of the monies go toward those various projects. This photo is of our Road Warriors group headed by member Dave Ash. Our members go out quarterly and clean the sides of the roadways in our area to promote beautification and to show how proud we are of where we choose to live. This is a flyer from our stand down that we participate in for our Northern California area each year, where we gather professionals to offer veterans free of charge dental care, eye exams, free glasses, new boots, free haircuts, lunch, and to engage with them and show them the honor and support that they deserve. We also hold a veterans dinner every Veterans Day, and we invite all local veterans and their guests to come for a free meal and share with us their stories from their military experiences. It's an amazing evening, sometimes with tears shed and connections made with other veterans, perhaps on the same ship, the same platoon, etc. But the best part is we get to embrace them and let them know that Elks care, Elks share, and shake their hands so that they know they are never forgotten and always honored. Here are more Veterans Day dinner photos. The two women are Blue Star moms who we partner with to celebrate our veterans and current military personnel. Elizabeth Steffen is the one with the glasses, and she is the president of the Blue Star Moms and also an officer of our Lake Almanor Elks Lodge. September is Classic Car Show Month in Chester. It's organized by the Elks Lodge with members George Grams and Wes Scott. Their efforts at promoting the car show bring in over 120 plus cars to the community. Next year, we expect even more. This brings money into the community and raises funds for the lodge so that we can continue to do good works. We have an all hands on deck. It's quite a project to organize and serve the food and beverages, and we have a DJ for a fun time. More hard workers promoting the car show, shown here, all with smiling faces. Here we have our DJ extraordinaire, Dave Ash, Allie Buckley, Dave Fisher, who's also our lodge bar manager, and Charlie Chignon, our lodge kitchen manager. And here we have a food crew cooking up some good hamburgers, hot dogs, and brats. And Calvin is taking care of the grilling process. Face painting is always a hit with the kids. Why people join? Social activities are a great reason also, and to be a part of our community. Elks are the essence of the community, and Elks are dedicated to preserve the American way of life that we all cherish. If any Elks in the room could wave their hand around for me, if you recognize any of these people, please contact them or myself. Joining the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks is an exciting opportunity to become part of a nationwide organization dedicated to service, charity, and fellowship. If you'd like more information, please contact us. We're always looking for new members. Thank you, and thank you to the Lake Almanor Chamber for inviting us.
Now we're going to hear from Sierra Hospice.
Hi, and thank you. My name's Val Bork, and I'm on the board for Sierra Hospice. I'm their secretary, and we also have Karen Kemp, who is our vice chair. Next slide. Okay. Our hospice is a volunteer care hospice. And, oh, do I have to do that? Okay. Good. All right. And what that means is we have no medical care through our hospice, and it's all volunteer. We don't charge anything. We don't bill insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, or anything. It's all done through volunteers. And we can provide this care at your home, the hospital, nursing homes, whatever facility is best serving the patient and their family. Okay, next one. We offer patient care equipment for not just the hospice patients, but we also offer it for the entire community. And this could be hospital beds, including the sheets, the pads, walkers, canes, crutches, bedside commodes, whatever is needed to make the patient a little bit more comfortable in their surroundings. And I would like to thank Wes, if you're still here, because he's a great volunteer for us and has helped us for many, many years. As most of you know, we have the Sierra Hospice thrift store at the other end of town. And this thrift store is how we fund primarily our patient care. This year, we had a couple things happen that was really significant for the thrift store. We have a new point of sale system, and this includes a customer loyalty program, which enables us to keep track of their purchases. For every dollar they spend, we will give them a point, and these points equate to discounts or $5 off. But more importantly, we get to communicate with our customers through text and emails. We remind them of the 50% off on first Saturdays. And it's just a nice way to remind them, of the sales that are coming up. We also were able to put in complete new lighting, and that's not light bulbs, the whole system throughout the store. So now you can actually see in that little corner over there. And in addition to that, it actually saved us about $50 in our energy cost, which was very nice. We had to install, or we chose to install, security cameras because it's odd as this sounds, people were breaking into our locked trash bins, and they were either taking things out or putting their own trash in, but in any event, they left a little bit of a mess. So we decided, well, it's probably time, especially with the way things are, it's a good idea to have those security cameras. All of the things that we've done that with the improvements to the store for our customers and staff were all funded through grants. And we have several new grants that are in the works. And none of the expenses that we've had take away from the patient care. Okay. So one of the things that we've noticed is that most people don't think about hospice until you actually need it, or maybe a family member. So we wanted to make sure that we could do some outreach to the community. And this year, we've done quite a few things that are noteworthy. Most of you may know about the memorial trees that are in Plumas Bank, and that's where, if you have a loved one that passed, you can purchase either a dove, which would go into the tree, onto the trees every year with their name, or a star, which is an annual thing. And it looks nice, and it's very nice for people to go up and look. We watched people looking at the trees and finding their loved ones' names. It was very nice. At the car show, we drinks, sodas, water, coffee, and received donations for those. We did merchant nights, which is nice because we get to give discounts to the people in our store. We do a community supper in November, which is not only Thanksgiving month, but it's also National Hospice Month. We were at the stand down in Quincy, collaborating with the Plumas County or Plumas Hospice out of Quincy. We shared a table, and we also were speaking at the veterans to let them know about our medical equipment that we offer, as well as end-of-life care. So, next slide. At the heart of our program is our volunteers, like all of the other organizations here. And we would like to let you know that we're looking for, and if you know of anyone, or perhaps yourself, we would like more patient care volunteers. We offer specific programs for them. And this year, we're looking and exploring the idea of getting either a registered nurse, LVN, or CNA. We've had them in the past, but we want to engage another LVN, CNA, or registered nurse to help facilitate our patient care program. And if none of these suit you, because some people don't want to do the patient care, we have The thrift store, which always needs volunteers we get a lot of donations from the community, and they need to be cleaned, sorted, priced, and put on our shelves in the store. So we'd really appreciate any volunteers that would like to participate with us. And I came across this statement, and it reflects what I think our Sierra Hospice is all about. We cannot affect the outcome, but we can make the journey much better. And I think we do that. We've been doing it since 1981. And last is just who our board of directors are. Linda Bustamante is our chairman. Karen Kemp is our vice chair. She's here in our audience. Dr. Tom Greeley is our physician board member. And Carla Parsons is our treasurer. And anyone can reach us I left the office number as well as the email. And if you wanted to reach each one of us, any one of us individually, you just call the office and we will help you. And I thank you very much. And thank you all for visiting our thrift store so we can do some more patient care and supporting us all these years. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Val. Okay, that was all of our presentations. I have to say that I have facilitated these things before where people get up and do their shtick, and you guys pay attention. You stayed with your time limit, and that rarely happens. So thank you very much. We're a small community, and I have to say I'm really impressed with the organizations that are here. There's a lot of genuine care, and that we haven't heard from all of the organizations in our community. So we'll probably be doing this for the other ones as well. So now we're going to open it up for questions. So anybody have any questions for any of the organizations or groups? Anything excite you tonight? Well, I hope this gives you an opportunity, to chat with folks and learn more about, what they're about. And if you're interested in helping out or joining in, volunteers, time is precious and people are precious. So that's what it takes to keep things going. Nothing for the good of the cause. We're good. Okay, so skating rink. Skating rink is still operating. We are there on Saturdays and Sundays from noon until 4. These are our sponsorships, sponsors for the rink. And I would like to mention that the Elks has really been instrumental in getting that rink set up and taken down. So they take the lead on that. And I want to say thank you very much that and putting together the community tree. So we will be working with them after we close in February, maybe looking at end of March, early April. I'll have to connect with Terry Parsons, but we're always looking for volunteers to come out. We have things well organized. I mean, it's playing Tetris to get everything in that cargo container, but we actually know what we're doing. Surprisingly. Okay, so our next town hall will be in February the 24th, and Jim Graham from Plymouth County Transportation Authority will be here. He is going to be talking about the Main Street Connectivity Project. He has also notified me that he is retiring in March. So it'll be, I think he said 33 years in public service. So this will be his send-off. But that project is scheduled to begin next year. So he's going to give us an update. I know that he'll be meeting with Caltrans early next month, and we'll have more information for us. So with that, just want to say thank you so much for being here and hope to see you next month. So thank you.